Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Saturday, September 13th, 2025. And my good buddy Doug and I are here to talk about week 2 in the NFL. Doug, how are you doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon?
It is beautiful here in Wisconsin. I am living a dream.
Yeah, I kind of implied there because it's not so beautiful here. I think it's like in the 90s, but I'm sure it's beautiful there. So
yeah, 80s, love it.
80s, yeah. Falls are always awesome, especially the early part of the fall in Wisconsin. So, if you're new to the channel, we have our Discord. We would love to have you join us. We had an awesome member join us last week. He was our winner of our free weekly membership. We will be giving away another free weekly membership during the podcast. So if you're new here, please comment in the chat that you are new, and you will be put into the queue of the people that are new, and one of you will win a free weekly membership to our Discord. So we have a very positive, very family-friendly, and encouraging Discord, and I think you'll love it. Our membership start as low as $4.99 a week. So with that being said, we will go ahead and kick off our Week 2 NFL podcast, starting with a game-by-game overview. Obviously, we had the Thursday night game. The Packers took on the Washington Commanders. Green Bay won 27-18. We have the first game Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens are the heaviest favorite of the week at 11.5. The line is Baltimore at minus 820, has an over-under of 45. 82 degrees with the wind blowing to the south-southeast at 3 miles an hour. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Bengals are 3.5-point favorite at home, minus 185 on the money line with an over-under of 49. Very similar weather, 82 degrees, wind blowing south-southeast at 5 miles an hour. We have the New York Giants the Dallas Cowboys, hosting the New York Giants. Dallas is a 5.5-point favorite at home, minus 250 on the money line. 44.5 over under indoors, so there's no weather. Then we have the Ben Johnson versus Dan Campbell game. It's going to be a big game this week. Bears taking on the Lions in Detroit. Detroit's a 6.5-point favorite at home, minus 290 on the money line with a 46.5 over under. We have the New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. The Dolphins are a 2-point favorite at home, minus 130 on the money line with an over-under of 43. 85 degrees, wind blowing to the east at 5 miles an hour. Slight chance of rain, but it should hold off. You're the weather guy, Doug. Any other news on that?
Which one was that again?
Miami.
It'd be warm rain if it rains.
Okay.
It's Florida. It's this time of year. It's going to be a coin toss.
Sure. Okay. 49ers in New Orleans taking on the Saints. The Saints are a 3-point home underdog. The 49ers are minus 165 on the money line, even without Brock Purdy and Kittle. 40.5 over under. We have the Bills in New York taking on the Jets. The Bills are a 6-point favorite on the road, minus 290 on the money line with an over-under 47.5. 82 degrees when the wind blowing north-northwest at 5 miles an hour. We have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. The Steelers are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 165. 165 on the money line. 40.5 over under. 80 degrees, wind blowing north-northeast at 3 miles an hour. The Rams taking on the Titans in Tennessee. Rams are a 5.5-point favorite on the road, minus 250 on the money line with a 41.5 over under. 88 degrees, wind blowing south-southwest at 5 miles an hour. We move to the afternoon slate. The Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. The Cardinals are a 7-point favorite at home, minus 310 on the money line with an over-under of 44.5.
Wait, you said the Panthers are the favorite?
No, Arizona.
Okay, that's much
better. Yeah, Arizona's a 7-point favorite at home. The Broncos are in Indy. The Broncos are in Indy taking on the Colts. Kind of a rare afternoon game for the Colts at home. Broncos are a 1-point favorite on the road, minus 125 on the money line with a 43.5 over under. Then we have the Super Bowl rematch. The Eagles taking on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Eagles are a 1-point favorite on the road, minus 120 on the money line with a 47 over under, 91 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour winds blowing to the south. So very warm weather for that game. We move to the Sunday night game. Your Minnesota Vikings hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Vikings are a 3.5-point favorite at home, minus 170 on the money line, over under of 44.5. That is your forte, Doug. So anything you want to add to this game?
It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be real close.
Yeah, I think that if anybody's just jumping on the bandwagon, the Vikings are going to, no problem beat up on Atlanta. I think that's not a good take.
Yeah, I feel like, and not only did Michael Penix play really well in week 1, but I think the Falcons have played really well lately in primetime anyway. Like I remember them beating the Eagles, and they've had some really good wins at primetime. So it'll be an interesting game for sure. Then we have the rare.
Yeah,
what's that?
Quick on that. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think this ball up really quick. And the Vikings played Atlanta last year. And in the second half, they adjusted to that with the pass release.
Yeah.
And the Vikings will be tipping passes. I'll miss Van Ginkel for pick 6 out of the question. So now they're going to have to turn the first round draft pick Turner to do it from last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can. So
it looks like Drake London and Darnell Mooney both will be playing. I don't see
not Mooney. He always beats the Vikings.
Yeah, it looks like they were questionable, and they've had their questionable tag removed, unless there's been more news since the last update. Then we have the rare Monday night doubleheader. Tampa Bay taking on Houston in Houston. Houston's a 2.5-point favorite at home, minus 145 on the money line with an over-under of 42.5. We have the Chargers in Las Vegas taking on the Raiders. Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite on the road, minus 185 on the money. 185 on the money line, 46.5 over under. So that is the slate. So before we get into our position by position plays, anything else you want to add?
The Chargers Raiders spread's only 3.5. I want your thoughts on that.
That's too small. I think the Chargers are significantly better than the Raiders. We saw them, have a pretty impressive week 1 win, and it's in Brazil, so you got to kind of take that into account. It's kind of a crazy situation for both teams. But I think the Chargers are going to be a lot better this year. And I mean, they were pretty good last year, but I just think they're going to be even better. And I think they should be a bigger favorite than that against the Raiders.
It just is weird that it's,
Yeah. It's one of those things that it sounds, too easy to pick or whatever. And then it ends up being one of those crazy upsets.
Because did you watch the Chargers? They look good.
Yeah, I didn't. I was at a concert with some friends, so I didn't really get to see all of it. I saw bits and pieces of it. Hannah and I were watching every now and then on our phones, but I didn't really see, a good chunk of it. But I saw the score, and it looked like, from what I could tell, it looked like the Chargers pretty much maintained a lead throughout the whole game. So
yeah, I understand the Raiders improved, but wow,
right, yeah, a lot of love for Pete Carroll, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it motivates them.
Yeah. All right. So quarterbacks, that's where we're at. Josh Allen's my top pay up quarterback. No brainer there. 7,100 on DraftKings, 8,800 on Fanduel. He had the highest fantasy score for a quarterback. I think highest score for anyone in week 1, 41.7 fantasy points, going up against the Jets, who allowed 4 passing touchdowns to Aaron Rodgers in week 1. So I do think that's a really good matchup for him. I think the value play I'm looking at is Justin Fields, 5,700 on DraftKings, 7,600 on FanDuel. The Bills had a really tough time with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense, and I think they're going to struggle again with Justin Fields. He had a really nice game against the Steelers. He had only 218 yards passing, but he had 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground and 1 through the air, 48 yards rushing for 29.5 fantasy points. It was the second most for a quarterback in week 1. So I'm not looking too far for value this week, but I do like Justin Fields if you're going to go a little bit lower.
Yeah, he's kind of a popular pick. People think he's safe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
Um,
thinking too, because he's kind of got like
I don't.
more.
Yeah, I mean, if the top four pay ups, everybody's looking at Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, lesser looking at Jalen Hurts, and then
Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
I actually
And then,
had, and you can see the thumbnail for this week. I actually had Lamar Jackson for most of the week as my top quarterback, but I think that Cleveland's defense is really good. And I mean, they held Burrow in check. Now they do have to deal with a two-headed monster with Henry and Jackson, which is really tough. But Cleveland's done pretty well against Jackson historically, so I think they can continue that. Even last year when they had Henry, so
yeah, it's weird. They do good against Cincinnati, and they do good against Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah,
It's interesting. Just to add in there, I do agree with your take on all those. Who did I have? Let's fix it. Dak Prescott. He gets to throw deep and often against the Giants at will. Their defense did not look good. I like the deep pass on him. Bo Nix could possibly do better this week. Sam Darnold. If it was not Sam Darnold, I'd be interested.
Yeah, that was a terrible game for him in week 1. I think he'll bounce back against the Steelers.
Yeah, he should. He got a bad pass defense. So that might be something like if Jackson in England. I keep thinking about I got him a lot. And then a couple of quarterbacks real quick. Trevor Lawrence and New England's quarterback. And then New England's quarterback May.
Drake May? Yeah.
Yep, I like him as well because he's good, and if he can't pass against Miami, he'll run.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Moving on to running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, 7,400 on DraftKings, 8,300 on Fanduel, was very quiet in week 1 against the Packers. I think he's going to have a big bounce back game this week. The last time he faced Chicago, he had 23 carries for 109 yards. Rushing touchdown and 4 catches for 45 receiving yards for 28.4 DraftKings points. And I do emphasize DraftKings because with the PPR format, I like him more than on FanDuel, but I will be playing him in pretty much every format. So Gibbs is my top pay-up running back. James Conner is my mid-tier running back. He's 6,600 on DraftKings, 7,700 on FanDuel. Had a quiet game in week 1 against the Saints. I think he's going to bounce back this week against the Panthers. They let Travis Etienne run for 143 yards on 16 carries in week 1. And last year when they faced Carolina and Arizona, Conner had ran for 117 yards on only 15 carries, which is 7.8 yards per carry. He had a rushing touchdown. He had 4 catches for 49 yards and 29.6 DraftKings points. So I'd really like James Conner as that mid-tier. And then value, I'm going to go with a revenge game with David Montgomery. He's got a real safe floor, I would say, around 15 fantasy points. That's pretty much what he's averaged against the Bears since he went to Detroit. But I wouldn't play him in tournaments. I think he's a safe cash play. But if you need the value, which there are some good value plays this week, so you may not need it. But if you do in a cash game, I would play Montgomery.
Yeah, can I correct you a little bit on that? I don't think anybody's gonna play Montgomery.
Really?
I think he'll be less than 10% on.
Yeah, and he may be.
I'm positive on that.
He probably will be. I think you're right.
I think it's a great tournament play.
But the thing with that is like the floor, he has a limited ceiling with the split carries between him and Gibbs. So that's why I'm not as high on him in tournaments. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you're just playing from an ownership perspective, then yes. I wouldn't play him in cash.
And when you're doing these large tournaments, okay, and then you look at the guys around them, okay?
Right.
Who's going to be like Pollard? Who is going to get a lot more carries, a lot more touches? Will he get a touchdown?
Tougher matchup. Much tougher matchup.
Oh, yeah. And then you got Jalen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one guy I do like around him is Jalen Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. J.K. Dobbins. I'm just going to list here.
Yeah, I can see Dobbins having a nice fantasy game for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind Dobbins. Then you look at Sampson for Cleveland. Well, that's going to get crowded backfield now.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, is Samson their leading back now?
For now.
For now, okay.
I think he's got it for
until
this week.
Judkins comes back, right?
Yeah, he's back, but I
he
don't
is
think
back. So Samson will start, and then they'll kind of split it between him and Judkins.
I don't think it'll be a split.
I think it'll be Ford.
I think it'll still be Ford, but I think that all three will get involved.
Okay.
It'll be an interesting pre-game lineup. And the only thing about worries me about Arizona running backfield is Benson does worry me a little bit. That it's not much worry.
Yeah,
not much worry,
but
not much.
Not too much for me yet. I think he's probably a year or two away from that. So
yeah, I do like Benson a lot to eat into some carries if it gets a blowout.
Yeah, I can see
Carolina cannot stop the run.
No,
back last year, year before that, yeah. So yeah, I mean, you nailed all the ones I did. They're just all guys. You'll get McCaffrey's the beyond chalk,
right?
Both sides, especially at DraftKings. Oh my goodness, he's 7,600 DraftKings, I believe.
Yeah.
And Chase Brown, if you don't have, Chase, Jamar Chase. He's also the other one I'll look at. I think that you nailed the rest.
You think he'll be you think Hunter is going to be on him?
No, not that much.
Yeah, I think that'd be a mistake. I think Chase.
Chase runs. It's a route running he does, but
yeah.
Hunter, they haven't focused them on. See, people are going, well, 1 week we're going to do this, 1 week we're going to do that. But in practice, he's mainly focusing on receiver. And
is he playing a lot of slot?
I don't know. I'll look into that. But regardless, I mean, quarterback's a lot more difficult to catch up and actually to catch on to than receiver is. Especially because of Hunter's case, he goes in motion and then they pass it to him. He goes in motion, he passes to him.
Yeah.
Goes in motion, passes it to him. There you go. Wow. But anyways, but he's not catching on to the route tree, Josh.
Yeah.
If he's not catching on the route tree, I think he's going to catch on to receive.
Yeah, I don't have NFL Sunday Ticket yet for this year, so I didn't watch the film. But last year, I'd always go back and watch I watched the all 22. That's just too time consuming. But the condensed game recap, I usually watch it. So.
Yeah, and so are you doing the same thing in preseason, Josh? The same thing you're doing now. But it'll be interesting if he does try it though.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to receivers. I like the guy you mentioned last week in Puka. He's 7,600 on DraftKings, 8,400 on Fanduel. Even though he had a really tough matchup in week 1, he still had 10 catches on 11 targets for 26.1 DraftKings points. I think he was the second highest receiver behind Flowers last week. So still continues to see a heavy target share, even with Devontae there. So I do like Nakua. Another revenge matchup I like DK Metcalf, 6,900 on DraftKings, 6,800 on Fanduel. Kind of a ho-hum game against the Steelers last week, or against the Jets last week. 4 catches for 83 yards on 7 targets, but he did catch 20.8 yards per reception. So real high average yards per reception. And I think he's going to just continue to see heavy targets with Aaron Rodgers. You know how he is. He gets dialed in on one receiver and just keeps going to him over and over. So I think that's in this game against his former team. So value play, cover boy, Hollywood Brown, 5,200 on DraftKings, 6,500 on FanDuel. Had 16 targets, the most of any receiver in week 1. Xavier Worthy and Jalen Royals were both ruled out today. So Rashee Rice is still serving his suspension. So I think that Hollywood Brown is going to continue to be the top option for Mahomes, other than Kelsey, which the Eagles are obviously going to do everything they can to take Kelsey away. That's pretty much a no-brainer. And so I think Hollywood Brown is going to have a pretty nice game. If nothing else, he's going to see a ton of targets. So I do like Hollywood Brown this week.
Yep. And that's a good one. Couple I want to mention a couple of pay ups real quick.
Okay.
First of all, Puka, of course, I like him. Again, and it'd be interesting to see CeeDee Lamb if he goes off against the Giants.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Chase will have a better game than last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a little worried about AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I don't think he did look healthy at all.
No, he's got a tough matchup with McDuffie. So
yeah, and exactly. And so that makes me. And then they get what's his name out of tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Goddard's out at tight end.
Goddard's out. Yeah.
And then that brings me to my middle tier guy besides Hollywood Brown and him on there. I have Devontae Smith.
Yep.
And then I can just go a few more guys I'll mention. Ridley, if he catches the ball this week, so the 4 drops, he'd be a lot better off.
Yeah.
Booty could like the name. No, he's a real good receiver, actually. I like Booty this week. And then Tillman. Tillman's the #1 receiver in Cleveland. He's led 4 of the last 5 games. He's led in yards and receptions over Judy.
Yeah, I like that play a lot for a value in tournaments for sure. He's not gonna get any ownership. Not with Joe Flacco as his quarterback.
Oh, come on.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
Going up to tight end. This is the fun part.
Tight end. Yeah, tight end's gonna be I think pretty much everybody's gonna be playing either Tonjes or Calcaterra or Farrell. Pick one. I'm punting at tight end this week. I'm not paying up for tight end. Kittle's out. Kelsey has a tough matchup. McBride, you could pay up for him, but I don't know who else I'd go to. Do you?
Well, McBride on DK 6K.
Mm-hmm.
He's worth
it. That's really high for a tight end.
Is it though? I mean, how quickly it's going against?
I mean, if you're paying up for Gibbs and Josh Allen, I mean, it just depends on your lineup construction. But yeah.
On DK, I would do it on Fanduel.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So on Fanduel.
8,000 on Fanduel.
Yeah. And then who else? Njoku. I don't even think he's even the best tight end on Cleveland anymore.
Man, he really disappointed last week. I thought Njoku was going to be a really good play, and he did not.
Do you remember my preseason? Some of the lineups I was throwing out there. And then I had what's the name? Fannin Jr. I played him last, but I like him. And then I was playing Warren. I like him. I'll be lining up a tailback and also a tight end. And then he O-back 3 plays. I mean, damn, all over the place.
How cheap is Fannin? I bet he's pretty cheap.
He's like 3,800 on DraftKings, and I'm just going with 5,500 on FanDuel. But
5,500.
But right, he's Fannin's 5,000 on FanDuel, 3,800 on DraftKings. Okay. But I prefer Jawan Johnson. That's the guy I'm going to more focus on.
Yeah, he's going to get a ton of targets. Yeah.
And then Strange also, he's at 5,100 DraftKings.
I like Strange too.
Yep, he's a lot cheaper on DraftKings. You've got so many wonderful pay downs on tight end. You can double pay down on tight end.
Yeah, for sure. Defense, obviously the Ravens defense against Joe Flacco, I think is probably the top play, but they are the most expensive too, except for on Yahoo. Did you see the Yahoo lineups?
No.
$10 for the Ravens defense on Yahoo. So
maybe they know something we don't. I don't.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean,
$10 flat.
Yeah, $10, cheapest defense you can get.
Oh wait, no. Here I'm showing Baltimore on FanDuel.
On Yahoo, they're $10.
They're at $10 on Yahoo. I'm looking at Yahoo. Yeah, no.
Yahoo always.
Oh my gosh.
Pricing, so they're going to be like 70% owned, I bet. So
yeah. Go ahead.
Cardinals defense against Carolina. Rams defense against the Titans, and my sleeper defense is the Colts. They're super cheap, especially on DraftKings, like 2,600. They looked really good against Miami, and Miami, I know they have a lot of issues, but that's still a pretty decent offense. So,
yeah, the one thing that worries me about Indianapolis' defense is that they blitzed a lot last week, and the blitz did not get picked up by Miami, correct?
Yeah.
I think it'll get picked up by an actual NFL offensive line.
Yeah, true.
Miami's offensive line, it's going to struggle this year.
It's terrible.
I really am worried about their quarterback and concussion, and I'm being honest. I'd retire.
Yeah. Oh, completely. And then they got Zach Wilson as their backup. So I mean,
gosh,
they should hit us up and trade with Malik Willis because they need a quarterback.
They could use them.
We'll trade you for Malik Willis. There.
Well,
yeah.
I had just the same defense as you did. The Jets. Sprinkle some Jets in there. And then what's the fun one I had on there? Hang on.
Wait, you like the Jets defense against the Bills?
No, joking.
Oh, I was about to say that's super bold.
That's not bold. That's suicidal.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I won't go there. But anyways,
right.
But no, the only defense I'm looking at, it sounds a little weird, but New Orleans.
The Saints?
I
can see it. I can see it for sure. Mac Jones at quarterback and George Kittle out at tight end. I can see that.
It's possible they could do well. And Tennessee is the other one I'll mention, and that it's only because of the turnover they created.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mention them, but no, I'm going with the Rams a lot.
Okay.
And that's one of the defense on both sides.
I like the Rams too.
Yep.
All right, let's check the chat. I haven't seen any comments so far. I think it's kind of a random time for everybody. Sorry about that. Just
watching college football.
Watching college football. Exactly. We'll get back to it next week at our normal scheduled time. Lock of the week. So I'm going to take the Ravens over the Browns. That's my lock of the week for sure. No surprise there. Who did you have as your lock?
Wow. I'll go a different one then. Denver?
Broncos over the Colts?
Yeah, I almost took San Diego. Almost thought about it.
You want the Chargers or the Broncos?
No, I almost did because we were talking about Raiders. But anyway, no, I'll definitely go
Broncos
this week. Yep.
Okay. All right. In my upset, I got the Giants at +5.5 to cover, not to win. I think Dallas wins by like 3, but I do think the Giants cover at 5.5.
Wow, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Tampa Bay is going to beat Houston. Last I know, they are underdogs by a point.
Yeah, they're 2.5, I think. Let's see.
Are they really?
Yeah, 2.5-point dogs.
Woo, so, there we go. There's my upset of the week.
There you go.
You know what? Do even win.
You got to win? Okay.
I got to win.
I can definitely see that. My bold prediction is Kansas City will score either a defensive or a special teams touchdown.
Wow. Your bold prediction, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, my bold prediction is Tyler Warren for Indianapolis Colts will get 10 receptions.
Wow. That's really bold, actually. For a rookie tight end, I mean, that'd be impressive. But he had a really nice week 1 game. I had him in one of my season-long leagues. So I like Tyler Warren. He's going to be a good play. All right. Let's go on to before we do our FanDuel lineup, our prize picks. Travis Kelce they call it a free square. I mean, yeah, he could get hurt and not get this or whatever, but more than 0.5 receiving yards should be able to get that. Derrick Henry, I'm going to take more than 95.5 rushing yards. He's only gone over 100 yards once against the Browns, and it was last year and the last time he faced them. So it's a little bit more risky than normal for a prize picks play. It's not a goblin or anything like that. It's not considered an easier play, but I still like it. And then
that's actually gone up, Josh.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah. It's on the 80s. And I was like, what? And it's 95. Okay. Maybe Prizepicks was ahead of the game.
Well, it was in the 80s.
Not for Prizepicks.
It was in the 80s.
Not for Prizepicks.
How long ago was it? How long ago was it? Oh, not for Prizepicks. Okay.
No, not on Prizepicks. No.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so then after Derrick Henry more than 95.5 rushing yards, I'm gonna take Gibbs at more than 27.5 receiving yards. He's gone over that number like I don't know how many times in the last 10 games, a bunch. So I like that number a lot. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, we will go. Still don't see any activity in the chat. Let's go ahead and go to our FanDuel lineup. Did you take quarterback or did I last week? I can't remember.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
I think I did. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what we got to play about this week. And just let everybody know. I do DraftKings before I do FanDuel. Each and every week I go through it because there's a lot more how can I say it, weird pricing on DraftKings.
True.
Softer pricing on DraftKings. I use it that way. People think it's the other way around. I never have a problem finding money in DraftKings. And so it's more of a value play for me. Just let people know. So I just look it over my notes, prices. Like for example, Matt Jones 4,000 at DraftKings, totally in play. FanDuel, totally not.
Yeah, he's
4K.
Right on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, he's
don't even consider him. No.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what he cost though.
6. He's 6K. Yep. Nope, not gonna play him there.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Let's have fun. Drake May.
Drake May?
Yep.
All right, let's pair him up with Kayshon Boutte.
Boutte? Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is GPP, so why not?
No, I prefer Boutte. No, I think that's fine. You know, tempted to throw A-Chain in there.
Yeah.
That's good.
A-Chain. I can see.
Now we got a GPP running, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he'll be fine because he's out back. So
yeah. Let's go with Connor, other running back.
Good. Just interesting lineup already.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It sounded like a school bus. Can't be. That was weird.
Run out there. It might take you that long.
Well, my dog will start barking if it is. I promise you.
Oh, really? That'd be awesome.
He likes to scare the children. So,
oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I can see that. Yeah. He's fun.
He's a poodle, but he sounds like he's a big mean dog. So,
yeah. Oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
He does sound deeper than I've heard him.
Yeah, he's definitely a deep voice.
Yeah, I'll just check an injury situation in Miami's receiver core, but they are all in. Okay, I am gonna. Do McMillan for Carolina receiver. Your turn.
Ted McMillan.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
We did mention him. We did, but I just like we'll do a correlation with a little
kind
of correlation.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
And he's good. Do Coker gets back. I like him.
We think about the Cardinals defense. You all right with them?
We do Cardinals defense. Let's take Carolina off. Just take McMillan out of there anyways.
Oh yeah, okay. We don't have to because we still have the Rams. We could play the Rams defense.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I think they'll get a lot of sacks on Ward. So that leaves us with 7,300 for our last three positions. So we can get some nice plays here.
Oh, yeah. Got tight end coming up.
Oh, yeah. We'll have even more there. We can even play what's-his-face, McBride.
Good. Oh, gosh. Just ignore price a little more. It's like shopping.
Who did you say for tight end?
I haven't quite yet.
Oh, okay.
I have an idea. I can click it. He's in there. Pounds 4,200.
Okay.
Good, there he goes. It's a bus.
Yeah.
So that leaves us only 8,900 per player.
Yeah, only 8,900. Let's see here. Nakua, and then you got 9,400 in the flex. You can literally pick anybody.
Well, Henry. Because we did do, yeah, we do Henry.
Henry?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take Connor out of the running back 2 and put Henry there, and then put Connor in the flex.
Yep.
That'll work.
Late game switch in case. Sure.
Yeah, so we got Drake May, Devon Achane, Derrick Henry, Kayshawn Booty, Puka Nakua, Tedero McMillan, Jake Tonjes, James Conner, and the Rams defense.
Mm-hmm.
So our Fanduel GPP. If we have any changes, we will adjust and let you know on X and also in our Discord, of course. So before we get out of here, Doug, any last minute thoughts? Week 2 in the NFL.
I'm excited for it. I am again. Really am. It's just a lot of good games again this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, as a Packers fan, it's nice to sit back after you win and kind of just enjoy it. So
yeah, you get to watch the games and don't have to worry about anything but winning money.
Right.
And I did please people play our example lineup later than maybe you would normally.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Tones at tight end might be something you want to upgrade.
Yeah.
Just give an idea. But I do him because he got peppered at once where he went out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are a lot of injuries that are around the NFL, so monitor them.
Yeah, there have been, and there was some more on Thursday too. I hate Thursday night games for that reason, especially like the beginning of the season. It's just really tough on the players' bodies because they're not used to playing, and then they got a short week on top of it. So
who got hurt on Thursday?
3, I think maybe even 3 season-ending injuries between Green Bay and Washington. So it's a pretty tough week.
Who got injured?
Well, Coleman, and then Dietrich Wise. I saw he's out for the year. Austin Eckler's out for the year. And then Jaden Reed is not out for the year, but he's got a broken collarbone, so he'll miss most of the year. So pretty rough.
Well, broken collarbones are going to happen regardless, but
yeah.
The players are ready to go beginning of the year too, and they hit harder. People don't think about that, but the speed's a little harder, faster. And,
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And then you worn down as the season goes on, and then their bodies, they're hit quite as hard, but they're also worn down. So, but it's interesting. It is.
It really is. Well, let's get going so we can do our baseball lineups.
Got
a baseball slate tonight, and I hope everybody has an awesome week. Real quick, I don't talk about politics on this show very much at all, But just want to encourage everybody to love each other and don't hate each other. No one wins in the end. So condolences to Erica Kirk and the children of Charlie Kirk. Very sad situation, but like I said, everyone love each other, whether you're enemies, your neighbors, doesn't matter. Never a reason to kill somebody.
Yeah, and Josh, let me get in on that a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I don't care about politics. You don't murder anybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I get self-defense is the only thing that you would ever think about something like that.
Yeah.
And even then, that's still a last resort. You
Right.
think about something else to do other than that.
Right.
And there's a mass shooting that same day that did get covered. And then
yeah. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. Did anyone officially die from that? I never really saw, because like you said, it didn't get covered at all.
It's hard to find exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I know. And that's one thing in our society is that you do sensational news. There's also other news out there too that is important.
Right.
Love each other first. You're right. Absolutely. Love each other, care about each other, be neighborly to each other. You know, you only live once, and you know, respect people too.
Exactly. Life's too short to be caught up in all that crap, you know.
Yep.
So, well, anyway, I hope everybody has an awesome week 2. Hopefully we absolutely crush it. We had a pretty good week last week. Look to build on that this week. As we go, we get more information, and it'll just get better and better, just like it does with us for baseball. Hope everybody has an awesome Saturday, and we'll be back next week as we do look to crush it in NFL, DFS, and Prizepicks. Thank you.